This is a test for a webinar from Webb Middle School. Can you hear me? Okay. So I'm just going to keep talking so that maybe you can hear my voice coming through. It says that it's live.
The test for our webinar.
There you go. We do have Webb Middle School live. That's wonderful.
Can you hear me?
Okay, so it's delayed, but we're there. So we can cover the camera up if we want.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and pause again. All right, hello and welcome to our very first webinar and our I3 Tech webinar from Garland ISD. My name is Heather Shores and I am from Brandenburg Middle School and I teach 7th grade reading. I've been there for 3 years and I love technology.
My name is Angie Green. I am the librarian at Webb Middle School and this is my first year as an I3. It's my 9th year at Webb as the librarian.
All right, and with that, we're just going to go right into what we wanted to talk about today. We're going to be talking about Google logins and how to start a Google Classroom, and we're going to get that information to you as quickly as possible and show you just what we've learned. Okay, so I'm going to change the screen and go ahead and share my screen with you. And one of the first things I wanted to talk about today is just the easiest way that you can share the easiest way that you can share Google logins. The biggest problem that you're going to have if you are trying to break into the Google scene in education is getting your students to log in. And so I wanted to show you how to do that today. I've had to have several just adventure days where we go in and we try to do those things. And so what I'm doing right now is getting onto Skyward because that's where you find the logins. And so I'm signing in right now. And there are several ways you can do it. I'm going to show you a safe way so that I don't show you any student information. But what I like to do is I like to go down to class roster, and then I've created just a regular roster that says email only. And I go down to the bottom and I select all the classes and I go ahead and click print. Now, when I'm in the computer lab, I go ahead and print this and you can see that we're just waiting for it to be queued up right now. But in middle school, as you're teaching middle school, what happens is kids do not understand that every letter matters. And so when you tell them they have to write down their address, they really don't believe you. And it takes them about 3 Google sessions before you have success. But do not coddle them. Do not go in and keep giving them their address. Okay, so what I do is I print this out one time, but then also I will display this on the screen for my students. And a couple of things that I have my students do. It takes them a while to realize that they can actually go into Google, and it took me a while. So you can actually click on Google, And what I did is I just went to like at the top, there's on the right-hand side, there's a way for you to do just a Google login. If you want to go to Google Class and log in, you can. Any Google app, you can log in. And then you literally type in the address that has garlandisd.net. You really can do that on Google. And I think a lot of us don't realize that. So a couple of pointers really fast. You can have the kids write this down, but then also remind them not to use the keypad on the right side. I just have my kids use the numbers at the top because what happens is they don't understand the num lock. And so then you'll have kids who, my address isn't working. Well, their numbers aren't on. So just tell them to use the numbers at the top. Okay. Once they finally get in, oh, and the last thing I want to say is let them mess up. Let them go ahead and get it wrong a couple of times and let them sit through class and missing some of the conversation, and they'll remember their address a little bit more. So that's how to get the Google emails. I would encourage you to try your own email. Go in, know your own email. You can't have Gmail. You don't, as a teacher, you don't have Gmail. So just switching to the next thing really quickly, we want to show you how to get into Google Classroom. And as you can see, I'm pretty serious. I have all these classes that I've been using. This is my second year of trying this out. And I say trying it out because every day is an experiment. I don't have all the answers, but it's fun to come in and try. And so let's say that I want to create a new class. So when I open up Google Classroom, it's pretty simple. There's a plus sign right here. I'm going to click on it. Let's create a class. Let's name it Webb Middle School, since we're at Webb Middle School. And we're going to call it reading since I'm a reading teacher. And I'm just going to click create. And I'm probably going to invite my colleague Angie maybe to join. I'm not sure if she could join as a student. She might be able to. We'll see. So you're in, but your students aren't in. And so that's the next thing. And the thing you need to remember is that you don't need to tell your students every step. Remember that they are native techies. They've grown up with this. And so they're going to immediately start asking you for the classroom code. You don't need to give them a lot of cues for that. Their problem is remembering the the email. Oh, they think magically things just happen if they click a little bit. And sometimes that doesn't work. So if you look on the streaming page, this is the main page that you're going to use. And Google gives you an automatic picture. You can come in and kind of change the theme if you wanted. But in order to see the code, I have to click on the word students. How did I find that? I found that by being nosy. I got in and I just started clicking, trying to see how to find a code to get kids in. And all I do is I put this up on the screen and kids are in. When my students get in on the very first time they get in, I ask them to post a greeting. And so immediately they get on, and it's a fun way for them to see, hey, look, I can talk on here with other people, and it's a quick way for me to see who's gotten on, and we kind of celebrate because I will show the screen up on the screen, up on the big screen, and we'll it's kind of a rite of passage as people get on. So hopefully so far, I'm going to take a break just for a minute. You've learned how to log into Skyward and how to get your student passwords. If you need more help with that, I would love to show you. I know that I don't remember things quickly. And so I'm happy to help you if you need some more pointers in that. The other thing we talked about is how to actually create a classroom. And that was super simple. Now we get into the more interesting part where we have the classroom and we have the students in the classroom, but now what do we do in the classroom? And if you're someone who likes to be in control, this is going to be really hard for you because it's a new format and you need to go into it just enjoying it and not trying to have all the answers. Go in one day and maybe decide that today your kids are going to read an article and post, and that's it. And that may be all that you get through. So I'd like to go through the different, you can see right here on the plus sign that I have about 4 choices, and it doesn't take a genius to see what I can do with them. I hover over them. They tell me what I can do. That's the genius of Google. They make it so simple for you. The one that I like to use a lot is the assignment. And so something that I'll do, I'm just going to be very transparent with you and show you how I like to create community. I like to use a website called News ELA. And I will say, read the article. All that comes to mind right now is politics. Trump versus Hillary. Okay, got it. I hope I'm spelling this right. Is that right? Can't see it on my screen. And is that right? Is that how you spell her name? Okay, so I would say something like read the article, Trump versus Hillary, then post a response. And I'll go into detail a little bit more. I usually explain what a response looks like. And so I'm going to go ahead and assign it. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's say I've got the assignment, right? And I got to be honest, I don't use the submit the assignment very much, but it's really cool. I like to see my kids posting rather than turning in the assignment. If they turn in the assignment, it only goes to me. I'm the only one that's going to see it. And so let me talk to you about how to submit work. Students are going to go to instead of create assignment, they're going to see they're just going to see, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember. In order for students to turn in an assignment, they have to actually click on the assignment and there'll be a way for them to turn it in. Their screen looks different from mine and it's very user-friendly. And because they're natives, they figure out how to turn in the assignment very quickly. So this is one of those things that you're not going to know how to submit it until you're trying it with them. Now, the better question is, where do you find the student work? Well, you click on the assignment and immediately you're going to see numbers of who has completed it and who hasn't completed it. Wonderful. I like this feature because I can show this up on the screen. And before the bell's ringing, I can say, you cannot leave until I see that your assignment has been turned in. Okay. It's just a wonderful tool to hold kids accountable, and it makes them feel good because when they see that it's turned in, they know they're good to go, and it's a comforting thing. We kind of like to check the boxes as human beings. We like to know that we're done with things. So I'm just going to go back over here and kind of go through just a good way to use this board or this interface. Here's what I do. I will get on and I'll create a question. Should cafeteria meals be improved? That's always a hot topic for middle school students. And of course, my questions are always deeper and higher level thinking, and I get them to think. And so I post that. And then they come along and they will post and they'll explain their answer. Okay, and they'll go on and on and on. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But seriously, they will, they'll write a paragraph. Okay, and usually it is organized by clear sentences that address each question. Okay. And then they post it. So I seldom have them turn in an assignment because my thought with this is I really want to use it as a discussion piece. So they'll post, and then they're required to come along here and they leave a comment, and their comment has to be, it cannot be a comment on, so I don't allow them to comment on the grammar or punctuation. I hope I spelled that right. I spelled that right. And it's after school, guys. No comment on the grammar or punctuation. No one-line compliments. We don't do that. What we do offer is I give them some sentence starters because this is middle school. And so I will say, please start your sentence with, great idea, comma, but think about this. And then I'll have them continue with their sentence. Okay. And from there, they go in and you can see that it comes up as a comment right here. It's fun to see how different people respond. And this is one of my favorites. So that's how I use it. So let's look at the other parts. This one I have actually not clicked on. So let's see, what was my question? Should middle school cafeteria lunches be improved upon? There it is. I'm going to ask it. I'm going to throw it out there. Okay. And this is really kind of cool. I wish I had a student that could get on so I could see how it shows up. But it looks like if they commented, the answers would be posted right here as well. And then of course I can go on and see what that looks like. Let's see what this does. Let's see. I can edit. I can delete. I know that my kids can only delete theirs. They can't edit. I can go in and edit my kids' responses. And then let's see. Oh, the other thing I want to show you. Okay. Let me show you one more thing. When I'm creating an assignment, and I've saved myself a lot of work. This is really important. Go back on here and click on all the classes you want to include. And then you don't have to do it more than once. Okay. And so I would just encourage you to do that. I have noticed that once you create it, for example, once I create this, let's say I want to edit it and I want to go back. Let's see. Let me cancel. Let me do the assignment. Let's see this assignment. Let's say I want to edit it to add a class. And it's not going to let me. Okay. So it doesn't let me, like once I've added it to a class, I can't go back in and add it to another class. So I can only choose that at the beginning. So maybe we can talk to Google about that. And I know that because I've made that mistake several times. So I'm going to open it up. Are we getting any other questions? I don't really have access to that. Okay. So I'm just going to review what we've done really quickly, and then we're going to be close to done. Again, I showed you that you could get onto Skyward, and I showed you where you could see student emails, and just want to remind you, hey, post this up on the big screen. They'll thank you for it, but then also hold them accountable for remembering. I kind of put the fear of God in them on the first day, but then I help them a little bit. And then secondly, I showed you how to get into Google Classroom. If I can get to the right screen. Yes.
Is there a way to upload directly from Google Drive to Google Classroom?
Yes. Okay, so let's say that I've got something that I would like to show on my Google Class. And really, it just depends on what you want to do. So let's say I've got an assignment and I need to add something from Google Drive. Click, boom, I'm there. Anything I want. Okay, I can go to my drive. I can go to, I've got lots of choices. Okay. Did that answer the question? No, it.
Can you show it?
Oh, sure. Okay. Let me go back. Okay, so, all right. Here's an assignment, right? I'm going to click on it. I need to edit it. No, let me go back. So here we go. I'm going to edit it. And in my edit page, this little picture right here, I've got all these choices. I've got the paperclip, which is an attachment. I've got the chain, which is a web link. I've got YouTube, and then I've got Drive. There's Drive. Let's say I want to add something. What can I add? Oh my goodness, I have all these great things. Nothing in there. Let me go back. Please let there be something here. Moving on. Here we go. Okay. Apparently I'm doing a lesson on drama, and I need to give them access to the story. And it's called The Little Drummer Boy. So I double click and it's in. Bam, done. Students can view the file. Okay, if I want to give them permission to edit the file, that's right there, but I highly recommend you not do that. So it's pretty, and I love how neat that looks. They can see all their resources very clearly. Did that answer your question, Angie?
Yes.
Okay, Angie says I answered the question. Awesome. And we're down to, we've really covered everything that we need to cover. I hope you enjoyed our presentation. And I think we're done. I'm going to come back on the screen so I can say goodbye.
We just need to tell them about the CPE link that we're going to post.
Okay. I don't know what I just did. Oh, there we are. Okay, you might need to say that because I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're going to come back on. Oh, here we are. Hello.
Yeah, we have another question.
Oh,
Is there a way to
okay.
organize in units, like with folders?
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back on and share my screen real quick and get back to my classroom. Okay. And is there a way, what was the question again?
Is there a way to organize in units, like our folders, like to make folders?
Well, I would think that in your, you know what? I really don't know that answer. But tell you what, we will get back to you and have to answer that really quickly. I know there's a way you can make the assignments, and I can go in and view the assignments.
They connect with Google Drive.
Now in Google Drive, yeah, you can organize, like, for example, Web Middle School folder. Okay, it automatically connected you to that. I've actually never organized that before. Wow, I need to go. That sounds like a lot of fun, and it should be easy to do. So
Nick and Sarah Webb, if you're in the building, your ride is waiting in front of the building. Nick and Sarah Webb, if you're in the building, your ride is waiting outside. Thank you.
if you can't tell, we're in a library in Webb Middle School.
It says it's not a current feature.
Okay, so apparently organizing folders on Google Classroom is not a current feature. But there's a way around it. I mean, if you've got this Google Drive folder that it created for you immediately. And the other thing I've noticed is that they automatically organize them by date when you're looking at your assignments. Okay, you can go here, I believe, and so there's a way for you to go in and just kind of see the different assignments that you've made, kind of thing. Okay.
So I feel like just don't stay by unit, they go by date. I wanted to do it by unit to help students something.
Right. So we're hearing that someone really wants to organize them by just probably topics instead of the date. So far, the only choice we can see is that Google Drive feature that it automatically creates for you. And so what you can do is you can create a folder for your class, and your kids can click on that folder in Drive and have access to that. But so far, that's all that Google Class has for you right now. That's a great question. I know there are a couple things I would like Google Classroom to work on. So these are all good things to think about. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and switch my screen and just say goodbye if I can remember how to do it. There we go. All right. And we needed to share one more thing with you. I believe. Did you want to come over and do it real quick? Sure. Okay.
Hey guys, it's Bonnie with the Digital Learning team, the Organizational Learning Department. Heather and Angie did an awesome job today talking about Google Classroom. Thank you for those of you that participated. Great questions. I love that you took the time to be here and support our I3s and also support your own professional growth at the same time. In the chat window that you're seeing right now on YouTube, there is going to be a link that Angie and Heather are going to share with you. If you will fill out that link so you can get your CPE credit for 30 minutes of professional learning, click on that link and it should take you to a Google form to fill out. You will need to be signed in with your Garland ISD email. Again, thanks again for signing on and supporting our I3s and your own professional growth. Tell your friends about the I3 sessions, and we hope to see you again. Heather and Angie will be making another appearance in November. So we hope to see you soon. Thank you.